Welcome to my Halloween vs. Autumn tier tray battle. These are all the things that I collected for my Halloween tier trade. A lot of them you'll see I got at Target's Bullseye, the Dollar Tree, or just things I collected around my house. But here is everything. These are the 4 tier trays that I will be using. So I'm going to start here with this tiered tray, and I themed each of my tier trays. I wanted this to look kind of like a spooky spider web, and so you'll see at the end how I use spiders to be my accent. And I could not for the life of me find the spider web, so I just used some cotton and pulled it apart and used it on this tree that I got at the Target Dollar Spot, that spider I got at Dollar Store. And I used a bunch of these Target's Bullseye pumpkins. I found this black and white house when at Christmas time, and then I just made these little items with my Cricut for the pumpkin and the October 31st from things that I got at the Target's Bullseye. And then you'll see I'm just kind of decorating. This owl is from the Dollar Tree. They had some really cute Halloween things. Here is the finished product. I absolutely loved my black and white themed tier tray. I'm just going to show you how you can change this black and white tier tray to more of a, put some orange, pops of orange to make it look more Halloweenish. That I themed each of these tier trays. This one was a black and white with pops of orange, and I just absolutely loved how these 2 tier trays turned out. Here is the finished product. This tier tray I was very excited about using because it had this skull on it. I got this at Ross this season, and I think it was, let's see, $16.99, and I just had to get it. So this whole theme of this tier tray was going to be skulls. And I also wanted to stick with a more black and white with pops of gold this time. I thought it would look very classic. So I'm using this house that I also got at Christmas time, some black accents, and then this white skull that I also got at Dollar Tree. Loved their white ceramic objects at the dollar store this year. And then I'm filling this, I actually don't know what that is called. I'm trying to think, but I'm filling this up with some little skulls that I also got at the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use this light up black rose as my accent. And then I'm going to use the pops of gold to really play off of the black and white theme. I got this at Marshall's. I thought he was perfect. He was the entire theme of this tier tray. I couldn't wait to decorate with this. And so as I'm using the skulls, I'm trying to place them on opposite sides. And then I'm trying to place these gold candlesticks that I also got. I got the gold candlesticks at Goodwill. There was an entire bag of them for like $8. It was such a steal. These little berries that I got at the dollar store. And here is the finished tier tray. That's my favorite Halloween tier tray that I made this year. The next tier tray, I thought it would be fun to try to do more of a childish one with the colors of Halloween, the orange, green, and purples with pops of white. It was all inspired by the ghost that I got at the Dollar Tree. And so this theme of this tier tray is just that, just a childish play on a Halloween tier tray with a little candy bowl and I put some candy. It's the only candy I had in my house, so I just put that in the little bowl. Things that you'll see here are, like I said, most of it is from the dollar store or the Target dollar spot. There's a couple little things that I got at Marshall's, heavier weight pieces that are a little more expensive. But I try to, this is my very first time decorating for Halloween, and so I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money because I really don't decorate my house for Halloween. Now, after my kids saw these tier trays, they were like, okay, Mom, are you going to decorate for Halloween? So I will bring these tier trays out for Halloween for them this year because they loved all of the decorations that I put together. And here is the finished tier tray. So this tier tray, I was having this, I wanted to do kind of like a witch's tier tray. I thought of even getting where that ice, I cannot think of what it's called, the ice that you, anyways, so this tier tray was all about a witch's brew. And I thought these books that say Fall, Sweet Fall would look really cool as a witch's books. But I didn't want to delete the Fall, Sweet Fall because I was going to use it for my fall tier tray. So you'll see I try to cover it a little bit. But I have this witch that I got at the dollar store and these witches' hats. I got this little pot from one of my habitational boxes, so I use that, and you'll see that I fill it up. And then I thought of little things that a witch would have around the house. So I was thinking of a Hocus Pocus where they're like a spider's leg or a dead man's toe. So I was trying to use things like that around skulls and spiders to kind of show like what a witch would have. And it is very whimsical and playful, and it's my take of a kid's witch's brew. So this is the finished product. I hope that you like them. These are all the Halloween tier trays, and then we're going to move on to fall. I just wanted to show you what was left. There was like barely anything left after I did my Halloween tier trays. So here it is. I actually really struggled with my fall tier trays or autumn tier trays this year. And so you'll see that in all my other tier trays, I'm actually wearing something different because I designed this one and then I gave up. I took me about 2 to 3 hours to do just this one. I don't know why I was having such a difficult time with this tier tray, but I could not figure it out for the life of me. And then I finally decided, if you saw my living room decorate with me, I decided to do these the tip ceramic pots, and so I thought that would look really beautiful on a tier tray. So once I decided that's what I was going to do, I came up with my theme. It was so much easier to decorate the tier tray, because if I don't have a theme, then I feel like I just kind of put things on there and it feels a little cluttered and it doesn't go together. And so once I declare a theme, I feel like it just flows so much better. I have the pumpkins on each side like this because where it's going to be placed on, if you look in the very back, you'll see I have that large pumpkin and flowers in the background. And I didn't want all the pumpkins to be on one side, so I'm also looking at how I'm decorating this tier tray and where it's going to be placed in my house. A lot of the things you'll see on here are from the Target Dollar Spot and Hobby Lobby's pumpkins. I painted some of these small pumpkins. You'll see that when I do my collection of all the crafts that I've done for the decorating this year. I plan on putting that out. And this right here, this little pick that I got at Hobby Lobby is my favorite pick that I got all year, and I used it all over my house. I feel like it has such beautiful colors. It has that red and the nice yellows and greens. And so I did get my pots from Hobby Lobby. I also got that thankful sign from Hobby Lobby. I got that pick from Hobby Lobby. And then my pumpkin, the large pumpkin in the front, is from Hobby Lobby. And then the other things are just a collection of items that I've had around the house or from the Target Dollar Spot. So usually I would use pumpkins as fillers, but my pumpkins are part of the decoration. And so after I decorated everything, then I used different berries to be my fillers. Here is the finished product. This was my favorite tier tray that I made out of all the fall tier trays. The next tier tray that I'm working with is this classic white simple tier tray. And I was trying to do like pops of colors. I wanted some large things in the back. And I love these pumpkins with the leather writing on them. You'll see that I use them pretty much in all my tier trays for fall. And so that is what I did here. And I was just kind of thinking of a simple way to have display pumpkins. So this theme was all about displaying the pumpkins, and I wanted to show how you can use pumpkins on your tier tray to and just have pumpkins. So on the top of this tier tray, you'll see I collect the pumpkins from the Target Dollar Spot, and I just fill up the top and do a couple little things on the bottom, and then I'm done. So this is the finished product of this tier tray. I really like how this one came out. Like I said, I really tried to play off that leather thankful. Here is a tier tray. The theme on this one was more of a silver and white tier tray. And so I had all these little silver items, and then I had these black and white ones that I was using on the top. And for this tier tray, I just wanted to have simple colors and then use the fall colors to really pop off of the black and white and silver and white. I did make this pumpkin and spice and everything nice from last year's dollar store. I just painted it white and I printed the sign and Mod Podged it on. Very simple DIY, but here is the finished tier tray. This last tier tray for fall, I wanted to keep it with an amber color. I wanted it to be dark. Now you see that I use this same thing I used in the last tier tray because I actually did this tier tray first, so I'll take that away. There it goes. I really wanted it to be more of the dark amber colors and the wood colors. So you'll see that is my theme for this tier tray, and I absolutely loved how it turned out. Like I said, the easiest thing to fill up a tier tray or spot in your tier tray for fall is using pumpkins. And so you'll see I use these different types of pumpkins. I used a bright orange, I used the cream, and then I used the softer orange. I'm curious to know which one was your favorite. I end up using the cream, but I keep going back and forth if I should have used a orange or something. Now, the Jenga blocks are a really great way to use on your tier tray when you need a little bit of height, and you can determine how high you use those Jenga blocks. I used 2 stacks of Jenga Jenga pieces to lift it so you could see it over that pumpkin, that candle that I got at the Target dollar spot. And this little tiny pumpkin candle I got at Target, and I just love, this is my second favorite tier tray. I'm curious to find out what your favorite tier tray was, so comment below, and I hope that you enjoyed my battle of the tier trays. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.